Hello guys. So Sony is about to announce their new Sony FX3 camera, presumably, judging by the leaked photos and stuff like this. But I just want to record this video before Sony does this, because I just want to have kind of my wishes and combine it into one video and what I expect Sony to do. So let's just talk about it. Their Sony FX lineup, their cinema lineup of cameras, they all have ND filters. So I would really want this camera to have built-in ND filters, because it's a compact body, right? You don't have a lot of space to move that mechanism that like FX6 or FX9 has, because they can give you clear access to sensor, and then motorized, kind of glass goes down, and then it does some magic to, darken the image basically that the sensor gets. So I don't think they can, slide that mechanism, if they will even put it there. So what I would want them to do actually is just to, stick that built-in D right in front of the sensor. As far as I know, like by default, like at the very lowest value of those NDs, they still reduce the light by like one stop, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think like with this sensor and with this camera that can go all the way up to like 400,000 ISO and a bit more, right? I think it would be absolutely good and possible to either slightly redesign the circuitry to basically increase the gain a little bit to compensate for this built-in D filter, or your camera basically just starts like at 200 ISO, let's say, instead of 100 or something like that, again to compensate for this built-in D filter. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think that would have been absolutely killer feature, especially in such a small body. That would have been kind of unprecedented, to be honest, especially because how good that built-in D filter is. It's like a absolutely staple, the top of the crop, to be honest. So I really hope that Sony can do this, and I really hope that they can do it while having in-body image stabilization. Yes, it's not the best one, right, in Sony A7S3, especially if you're not using active mode, but it's better than nothing. Their cinema lineup of cameras don't have it, but again, they have built ND filters, so maybe Sony can combine those two things and create just some absolutely spectacular camera. Okay, after watching Philip Bloom's review of Sony FX6, I want to see couple changes basically introduced in this camera. I want to see manual gain like circuitry selector, right? Because now in Sony A7S lineup, camera automatically changes to like 12. When it goes to 12,800 ISO, it uses the second native sort of circuitry and cleans up a lot of noise and stuff like that. Would have been amazing, like they have in the cinema lineup of cameras, like FX6, FX9, I don't know, FX6 definitely. Would have been amazing to just have in the menu selector, okay, I want to use this like high ISO range or low ISO range, or like leave it in auto, for example. That would have been one good addition to just sort of make it a bit more professional, so you can have a bit more control what exactly camera is doing. And on the same note, I would want to see, like FX6 has, this selector for basically noise reduction control, manual noise reduction, because again, in Sony A7S lineup, the camera does its own thing, but as Philip Bloom pointed, like the camera doesn't do that well, and FX6 actually does better, and like better like at like low setting, for example, a medium setting, and it does remove a lot of like chroma noise, color noise, which is exactly what you want, but preserving lumen noise, preserving like sharp details around objects, so you can actually see like in the darkness even like some tree branches and stuff, while on Sony A7S lineup is just a mushy kind of mess. And later, if you have all of those details but you have color noise in your picture, you can use something like Neat Video or something like that on your computer and like greatly improve the results. So I really think that and really hope that, because it's a cinema lineup of camera, I really hope that they will have that ability to control those little details, again, like gain circuit and noise reduction. I'm hoping there will be no overheating at all, because right now Sony A7S3 still can overheat, like at maybe if you're like shooting at like 40 degrees Celsius and stuff like that for a prolonged period of time, it still can overheat. but hopefully, it's going to be eliminated because, well, the body is a bit thicker, a bit chunkier, and also you can see some vents. I'm not sure how it's gonna go in terms of weather sealing, and I'm not sure if this camera will actually have fan inside, to be honest. Are they created those vents just so they can kind of dissipate heat quicker, or is there like spinning fan that actually gets rid of the heat? And again, like, what's gonna be with like weather seal? I'm not sure if FX6 is weather sealed or not, but obviously since A7S line of cameras are like all weather sealed, it would have been kind of stepped down from that. So I hope they can still maintain it, especially since maybe they're kind of designing this camera to be used maybe like on a drone or something, and you don't know exactly what kind of weather will be like, I don't know, like 500 meters up in the sky, right? If it's like has a bit of like rain or whatever, like it's good if you don't ruin your camera, obviously. Okay, because it's a cinema lineup of cameras, I really hope that this time around they actually like use the menus and all the controls and stuff like that from the A7S lineup instead of FX line, because that like tap to focus that doesn't work like on touch screen, that you need to like use your joystick and then move your box area. That's so ridiculous that they've done in FX6, and also the fact that they like put all the audio stuff on this handle. It's really stupid, to be honest, FX6. So I hope that their like consumer division came to the pro division and said like, dudes, you're doing some stupid shit. Here's the good menu. We have a good processor already that can handle freaking transitions, which is ridiculous that they've used it as an excuse why like some cameras didn't get any new menus, because there's no processing power to freaking display 3 columns of text. Like, what the fuck is this even? Whatever. So I'm hoping for a good new menu, like tap to focus and like tap to track kind of autofocus that Sony A7S has. And yeah, basically like all these good things from consumer lineup of camera. And like last thing, I think maybe they can do, maybe they will not do this, but it would have been kind of interesting to see if Sony, because they removed the viewfinder from FX3, presumably, if the leaked photos are to be believed, maybe they can do something that Blackmagic just did with their new camera, Pocket 6K Pro. That Blackmagic created this like tilting electronic viewfinder that you can attach to your camera, and because this FX3 has this like multi-purpose like shoe kind of adapter with like some pins that they now use for like external audio interface, like shotgun, maybe microphone, stuff like that. Maybe they can also repurpose it to have like some attachment, like a electronic viewfinder that you could like articulate up and down, for example, like Blackmagic did once again. Because also they apparently, again, if the leaked photos are to be believed, put some sort of joystick on top of the camera. So it would have been nice, I guess, right, to have the camera in this kind of position. You have the joystick on top and you can look down on it if you have a viewfinder that can go up and down. Yeah, it would have been an interesting addition, but I guess we'll see. Sony's gonna announce their new camera today in just about a couple hours. And I'm definitely going to be making a video after that, because Sony has been on a roll recently. They're just creating absolutely crazy alien technology, absolutely amazing products, and like literally like nobody else. And yeah, this camera is very exciting, to be honest. And I really hope that they were able to keep ND filters built in and IBIS, and again, like I'm saying, gain selector and noise reduction selector, those kind of things I hope they will add, and I hope they will use new menu and stuff like that. So what are you expecting, guys, from this announcement? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. And yeah, we're gonna make another video soon after the announcement, today or tomorrow, and we will talk about what Sony actually will deliver. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.